I worked as the lead software architect for a mid-sized tech firm for 3 years. My boss, Marcus, was a charismatic executive who knew nothing about programming but excelled at taking credit for other people's hard work. For 18 months, I worked 80-hour weeks developing a proprietary automation tool designed to optimize supply chain logistics for enterprise-level clients. It was a groundbreaking piece of software that was projected to save our biggest client over $50 million annually. Marcus kept telling me that once the project was finalized, I would receive a massive equity stake in the firm and a promotion to vice president of technology. I trusted him and poured everything into the code. Last Friday we successfully completed the final internal testing phase. The official launch for our multi-million-dollar client was scheduled for Tuesday morning. Over the weekend, Marcus quietly disabled my remote administrative access to the company servers. When I walked into the office on Monday, Human Resources was already sitting in his office. Marcus told me that the company was going in a different direction and my services were no longer required. When I asked about the promised equity and my name on the patent, Marcus laughed. He told me that everything created on company time was company property, and my name wouldn't be appearing on anything. He gave me 10 minutes to pack my desk and had security escort me to the parking lot. Marcus assumed I would crawl away, look for another job, and let him enjoy his massive career advancement. He didn't understand the fundamental architecture of the software he just stole. When I was designing the core logic of the automation platform, I knew Marcus was untrustworthy. I had built the entire system to run on an encrypted validation loop. Every 24 hours, the system required a silent, automated handshake with an external, off-site server that I personally owned. If that handshake failed for 3 consecutive days, the software would assume it was running an unauthorized modification and immediately lock down the database, scrambling the encryption keys. On Monday night, I logged into my personal server and disabled the validation handshake. The countdown had officially begun. Tuesday morning arrived, and Marcus hosted the massive live demonstration for the enterprise client's entire executive board. I watched the company's public stock ticker from my couch. During the first hour of the demonstration, the software performed flawlessly. Marcus was reportedly praised as a visionary tech leader. But Wednesday night marked the exact 72-hour cutoff. On Thursday morning, the enterprise client was scheduled to formally deploy the software across their live operations. At exactly 8 a.m., the validation loop failed for the 3rd time. The software immediately went into absolute lockdown mode. The user interface completely froze, the database tables were scrambled into unreadable gibberish, and a massive red warning screen appeared across every terminal in the corporate network. The warning screen read, "Critical security validation failure. System locked." The entire corporate infrastructure ground to a complete halt. Marcus panicked. He ordered the remaining engineering team to bypass the lockout. But because I had built the architecture using advanced end-to-end encryption, the engineering team had no way to read the scrambled database files. The company was losing an estimated $200,000 for every hour the system remained offline, and the enterprise client was threatening a massive lawsuit for breach of contract. At 18 noon on Thursday, I received a frantic phone call from the chief executive officer of the company. Marcus was on the line as well, his voice trembling. The CEO demanded to know what I did to their system and threatened to sue me into oblivion. I kept my voice completely calm. I told the CEO that the software was performing exactly as designed. It was built to protect proprietary intellectual property from unauthorized internal corporate redistribution. I explained that because my employee credentials were wiped from the system, the AI flagged the entire operation as a massive corporate data breach. The CEO turned his rage toward Marcus, demanding to know why the lead architect had been terminated 48 hours before the deployment. Marcus tried to lie, claiming I was incompetent, but I immediately emailed the CEO an audio recording of Monday's termination meeting, alongside 18 months of performance reviews where Marcus had rated my work as exemplary. The corporate counterstrike was absolute execution. The CEO offered me an immediate consulting fee of $300,000 just to turn the system back on, plus a full reinstatement of my position with the promised vice president title and a legal guarantee of my software patent rights. I accepted, but under one non-negotiable condition. Marcus was fired on the spot for gross negligence and corporate sabotage. Because he had signed off on the security compliance forms claiming he had fully vetted the software architecture himself, his signature made him personally liable for the system failure. The company filed criminal charges against him to distance themselves from the disaster. Marcus wanted to steal my lifetime of work, and he ended up destroying his career in less than an hour.